Hey VC, Merry Christmas. Hope everyone's doing well. So this is going to be my top 5 vinyl finds of the year. I made this video last year. It did pretty well. People enjoyed the caveat that it was, you know, records that I actually had to find in person. Um, so I'm doing it again. A very original idea, I know. So I've got 5 here, obviously. And I'm kind of judging these by um, the music, obviously, how much I enjoyed the music on them, um, how much I paid. If I got a great deal, then that is kind of playing into effect, and just kind of how excited I was to find these. So let's just go. Number 5, going in descending order, or is that ascending? I don't know. Number 5 here, the Stone Roses self-titled debut. This is an original U.S. press, and it was sealed when I got it, which, when I read that it was sealed, the guy was selling it for a good price regardless. But just the fact that it was like sealed and brand new was too good not to get. It's on the Silvertone label. Looks like that. It's a great record if you've never heard it. It's just 80s, like, I don't even know if I would call it new wave. I would say it's more like post-new wave, if that's even a thing. Alternative, kind of get into some Britpop-esque territory of like indie rock or college rock or whatever you want to call it, but very British at the same time. Great band, great album. More British stuff. One of my favorite albums of all time. I finally got an original copy of The Smiths, The Queen is Dead. This just does not pop up around me. And I knew, they're available online. I didn't get an amazing deal, but I was just so excited actually seeing it in person that I just had to snatch it. I got it at the DFW Record Show, which is held every, I think like 2 times a year now, in Bedford, Texas. Really close to my parents' house. So yeah, this is original U.S. pressing, the club version, manufactured by RCA Music Service. But it's on the Sire label. And oh, I forgot this was in here. The original inner sleeve. It's always really nice to have all the original, parts of a record package. Really great shape, solid price. It wasn't like outlandish or anything, but they go for about that. So really happy to have this. Obviously, again, one of my favorite albums of all time. One that I had never heard on vinyl all the way through before buying this. So I guess you might say it was a semi-blind buy, but it's the West Coast Pop Art Experimental Band, Part 1, their first record, obviously. I don't know too much about this band other than, super psychedelic. I never see any of their records. I love Volume 2 and 3 because I've heard both of those on Spotify and they're amazing. But this is an original German pressing. You can see by the label and the licensing agency, the GEMA. I found this at Forever Young Records. If you've ever been to Forever Young Records, you know that kind of their deal is hard to find stuff, and they charge kind of whatever they want. But this was actually, I think maybe an oversight. It was kind of a great price, less than even like US copies go for, and this is like a really nice import pressing. So good deal, amazing record, great psychedelic music. Tracks like Shifting Sands, I Won't Hurt You. There's a cover of Help I'm a Rock, that great Zappa and the Mothers song, which is always very bizarre. But if you're into that kind of thing, if you've not heard this, definitely give that a shot. Another psych record, this one's way more well known. It's the Kinks, Face to Face. So I got this at an antique mall in Watauga, Texas. I'm trying to think of the name of it, but it's one of those, giant, I guess some people might call them thrift stores or whatever, but it's more just like dozens of vendors in like a large warehouse type building almost. And there's like 2 or 3 record vendors in there. One of them I kind of stop by every chance I get, because they can somehow have some, sometimes have some really great deals on stuff, like this original Face to Face. Pretty nice cover. The record is good. It does have that thing that a lot of Reprise records will have, where it has that kind of cloudy effect. So maybe that's why the price was so low, but it doesn't affect play, thankfully. And I've only ever seen that really on Reprise records. I don't know what it is about those. So somebody knows. But anyway, yeah, it's original mono. This came out in like '66, right? That sounds right. So really cool to have. Great shape, except for the cloudiness issue. And $8, you can't really beat that price. So that's number 2. The number 1 thing on my list here is, it was really hard to pick just one from this haul. It's probably the single best haul I had all year. It's a couple months back. Here in Waco, I got a bunch of British pressings of albums for $1 each, and this was one of those. It's Miles Davis in a Silent Way, original UK pressing. Actually, I say original. It's definitely from the initial year it came out, which I think was, what, '68? But there's like a label variation where it might not be the first pressing, but like a second pressing. It's on that CBS label, which is really cool to see. And vinyl's super nice. Just needed a good cleaning. The cover has a little bit of ring wear, but it's kind of that thin British style laminated thin paper sleeve, and it's just super nice. It's really cool to even own. You don't ever see any of this kind of stuff that I've shown in this video around me, and I know I say that all the time. When I say that, what I mean is, I'll watch, like, videos on the VC, and the kind of music that you guys can find just out and about in, your record stores or at record fairs. And I just get super jealous. It's really cool to be part of this community and to see all the kinds of things that you guys find all the time. That being said, I probably have music local to me that is hard to find in other places. Like, not that I am super into country music. I'm trying my best to get into it because it seems to be the most like lucrative genre around me. But if I wanted to build a really nice country collection for cheap, it looks like I could do that around here. So I think that's kind of what I'll be focusing on in addition to my resolutions for this year. But yeah, what I'm trying to say is you guys are probably jealous of some of the, or you would be jealous of some of the country stuff I see around here. And I'm jealous of some of the, like, punk and alternative stuff that is found in other places easily, or more easily. And also, I used to live in DFW, and stuff always seemed like it was in high demand. Like, the only time I ever found, like, classic albums to fill holes in my collection were for, stuff like Black Sabbath, Led Zeppelin, that kind of thing. I had to, I got in good with one of the local record stores, and sometimes they would let me look at stuff that hadn't been priced yet. So that was good. I am kind of missing that a little bit here in Waco, and I'm missing the variety of stores that I used to have access to. Not that I'm far from DFW at all. It's about 90 minutes. So I'm rambling at this point, but if you guys want, you can make a top 5 or a top whatever, and I'd be really interested to see kind of the cream of the crop from the year. So yeah, that's it for me today. Hope everyone has a Merry Christmas. I think I'll have another video before New Year's, probably entry for H2 Vinyl's label game contest. It looks really fun, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.